So one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they try to eat healthy is they jump into a healthy diet way too quickly. What I mean by that is, for example, I'll share my experience, right? I was vegan at one point. And when I first heard about veganism, when I first was really like deciding to become a vegan, I went all in. But I wasn't as educated as I should have been before jumping into that. So what I did is I jumped in cold turkey. I had nothing but broccoli and raw broccoli and granola and some random smoothies. That was my introduction to veganism, and I ended up losing like 30 pounds. And everybody around me was totally scared. They're like, "Bro, you looking hella skinny, man. You good?" And keep in mind, I used to be at that time I was about 190, just got out of high school, done playing football. So I went vegan not too long after that and lost so much weight, extremely rapid. Now, did I fall off the course? Did I stop being vegetarian veganism? No. I was a little stubborn, a little prideful, so I was committed, right? But I know that most people, if they were to do something like that, or even in other, fad diets or extreme diets where they just jump in and they're just like, I'm gonna eat healthy, whatever everybody else is telling me to eat, whatever is healthy, I'm eating it. And a lot of times that can lead to people becoming uninspired. They can lead people to force feeding themselves any healthy food they think they should eat, even if they don't like it, right? So now you're eating all these random foods you don't even like. Now you're force feeding yourself. Now you're starting to not really enjoy your health and fitness journey because it's like, ugh, this again, right? I gotta eat this. This don't even taste good anymore. Ugh. And then it starts to, it's slowly, that downward spiral slowly starts to kind of wane on people, and they just start to be like, man, I did this healthy eating and it didn't work. Like it's just boring. I can't stick to it. I don't feel full. I don't feel satiated. I'm not even enjoying my life anymore. Like I hate life. Life sucks. This healthy this kind of thinking or this kind of moving often leads people to not stay the course, right? They might do it for a short period of time and then they just give it up because it was just hard to stick to it. It's hard to stick to something that you don't enjoy doing. And especially if it comes down to food. And I personally believe, if we have the means to have or make our food delicious or something tasty that we personally like, I think that's going to give you the best results to maintain your health and fitness journey. And so, and like I said, it leads to a burnout. It leads to, it's harder for you to stay the course. And then that cultivates a mentality of, oh, I did it, but it didn't work. Man, F those fitness people. They told me to do this and told me to do that. And, I just can't do it anymore. I'm going to go back and eat some Twinkies, man. Twinkies and McDonald's and whatever I've been eating because life was better then. I actually enjoyed a meal. I actually didn't overthink what I was eating, right? And this is just something that I've noticed with a lot of people at different aspects of life where they kind of just hit a wall when it comes to the healthy eating. Which leads me to my next point, which is the solutions, right? What can you do about this? What can you do about this? And my solution to this is one, you have to take your time, right? So if you're trying to embark on any lifestyle change, any health and food transition, a good general rule of thumb is to really take your time. And so when it comes to healthy eating, for example, a good thing to do is say if you're already eating a certain way and you want to transition to a better eating style, start by simply adding more new things, right? Experiment. Don't rush it. Experiment with different foods. Experiment with how they react with your body. See if you like them. Try to find different recipes that you can eat that, that taste good to you. Because, again, if you want to make this a long-term thing, it's better to try to remove the resistance and create something that you can stick to, right? Because who just wants to eat chicken and broccoli with, some basic foods that they try to tell you to eat, right? I know everybody doesn't like to eat the same healthy foods. And so I recommend, again, people to take their time, experiment, and be patient to see, okay, I like eating this combination of food. It really feels good on my stomach, and it's within my grocery range as far as what I could pay for food. And so that's something, again, that people don't think about, right? They don't think about, the price of food, the combinations of food, because, for example, back when I was vegan and vegetarian, I had the means to buy a lot of pricey vegan or vegetarian food, alternatives to meat, alternatives to dairy, alternatives to all these different types of food, but that was a pretty penny. And I know most people, if they want to go that specific route, for example, might not always be able to do it how I did it, right? They might have to stick to more of different types of foods. So, all that to say, take your time, experiment, and be patient, and listen to your body. Because one healthy food that might work for somebody else might not be good for you. It might mess up your stomach. It might cause an allergic reaction. It might interfere with something going on. And that's why it's just, this is not a competition of, oh, I eat healthier than you. I'm eating more broccoli than you are. I'm eating more spinach and more berries than you are. Like, and I've seen that in a lot of health spaces, and I don't like that. I don't like how, what started off as us trying to figure out what's healthiest for our bodies, what's healthiest for our families, turns into, oh, look at what you're eating. I'm healthier than you because you ate that piece of meat, and I'm eating this piece of meat, and it becomes all this convoluted BS that it just gets in the way of how can we be healthier, and that's kind of what I wanted to help get people to understand and see as far as healthy eating goes. So the end goal with all of this, with these tips, with this perspective, the end goal here is to establish a lifestyle, establish a long-term plan of action that you can do that doesn't involve you having to do, say, a fad diet, that doesn't involve you having to do, eat all this food you don't even like to eat. That's not what we're doing here. We're thinking long-term. We're thinking big picture. And that's what I kind of want to help paint for you guys, is to see that. And, if anyone was going this route, has been going this route, I hope that these tips can help you out and, see a different picture, see a different light when it comes to healthy eating. And it's not so black and white, cut and dry. You just have to eat this and that. Nah. Like, let's have fun. Let's enjoy our food. Because to me, when I was experimenting with various diets, not enjoying my food or being so rigid was one of the things that I really hated about, healthy eating. That was like a mental pattern that I created. Like, oh, I have to do this. I have to do this. And then you're kind of in different health spaces where people are promoting eating or doing a certain way. And if you go outside of this line, you're not healthy anymore. And now you're being overly neurotic, which is what I don't want you guys to be, is overly neurotic, overthinking, making things more complicated than they have to be. I want them to be simple. I want them to be nice and easy, right? Because all you would have to do is be consistent, experiment, and do your thing. Hit me up. I'll leave the links in the description below. My website where you can reserve a consultation with me, my social medias, Twitter, Instagram, as well as my personal fitness blog where you can learn even more about fitness. And with that said, that's today's video. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.